Ladies and gentlemen, it is time, folks. The day we've all been waiting for, the day that everyone has been working up towards. The Winter Cup Festival. Coming up with the main race of the Winter Cup Classic, we have 4 races lined up today as we get the first look of the first race of the day. The Défi du Grand Nord is a 2,400 meter G3 race that'll be taking place from back towards the back of the course and then rounding towards the front. We'll start seeing runners here now shortly take off their practice laps, and we'll see what we have more in stock. look over towards the paddock of many runners. We have 3 debuts taking place today for Kobayama. Much of those races are out there currently for the Defi North. As we look towards the paddock now, we'll start seeing some of these racers take out practice laps as they collect their race numbers and gate numbers here as well. Seems to be SRR going to be the first one to be heading out for that practice lap. Maybe here shortly. I was probably wrong on that.
I know I'm fixing.
Also, we were aware with the wrong camera that we're getting that fixed currently. So now we move on to the paddock. As that gets fixed, we'll move on here to the paddock for the G3 as that gets sorted out. It's just getting sorted out currently. So first out on the track that we have out here, we have a bunch of the racers taking out their practice laps now. We'll go over the gates of our racers. Gate 1 will be a debut for Kobayama, Alicia. And then gate number 2 for Gluttony, Luna. Gate number 3 we'll have Flamey Jamie from Carnation Cupids. Next, we'll have gate number 4, Estoriet from Gluttony. Next, we'll have a debut for gate number 5 from Kobayama, SRR. Next will be the returning angler in gate number 6, Marius 611. Next in gate number 7 will be Carnation Cupids at Astra. Next in gate number 8 will be a backup runner from the anglers, Necrophantasia. Next we have in gate number 9 from Carnation Cupids, a backup runner, Ouija Airlines. There we go, and the camera's fixed. Next will be a backup runner and the number 1 favorite of this race, number 10, Kagozuchi for the anglers. And number 11 will be a debut, Ray for Kobayama. And finally, in gate number 12 will be for Gluttony, Isopod. As we'll gear up here shortly, we're going to look towards some of the runners who are racing today, with some of the debut runners as well. Lisa and the SR as well as Ray will be taking their debut today, so good to see from the runners from them. Luna, their last race was the Gold Rush Mile. Haven't seen them race in a minute. They finished 4th in that race. Some of the G1s that we had in this race is past G1 runners in this race as well. Flamey Jamie, Marieth have competed in the Winter Cup qualifiers. Marieth just missed out in 2nd place. Isopod raced in the Liarc in the first leg of the IURA Triple Crown, which they lost out in 7th place. Some other big mentions, we have the ARC Memorial Stakes, which was last week by Necrophantasia, which they only lost out in 2nd place. The highest odds to win this race will be Marieth, which is an odds of 2.7. Next will come up with odds of 5.3 to Nat, Necrophantasia. And then finally, the odds of 10.7 will go to Ad Astra for the Carnation Cupids. As much of our runners have taken some in their practice laps and got some warm-ups, this race today is brought to you by Chud Burger, which is the unofficial, official. Well, I would want to say food brand of the IURA, so we'll just name it as that. As we look to some of the last of our runners now, taking out the practice laps, we'll begin the race here shortly. We were supposed to invite Butter here for an interview because they are the unofficial CEO of Chud Burger, but of course they're not here, so no interview for them. The number one favorite of this race will be Kaguzuchi with 35.7% of the votes. As we'll start gearing up now for the first race of the day, the Defé du Grand Nord. We'll see much of our runners out there today. Again, the main one to watch and all eyes will be towards Kaguzuchi, the backup runner for the Anglers. Some of the times that we've seen backup runners actually become the number one favorites. It's not too often a thing you see, but it does show up some of the time. Your Gates Master today will be Brew Blauk, and the Station Master today will be Jamside. As all the runners now line up in their gates, we have a few missing gates, 5 and 6. So that 5th and 6th gate supposed to house SR and Marriott. SR is now in their gates, and now finally lining up in gate number 1 will be Elisa. The Kobayama members now coming into their gates now. Gates managers as well as the Gates Master running through their checks and whatnot. The director today will be Cairo, and your co-director today will be X-Stealth with your commentator as well, X-Stealth. Hello. And the camera, like always, is not being so nice, so we'll try to provide the best footage that we can. But I make no promises. Like I said before, these are kind of the things that you'll expect for the races today. Will be the G3, following to the G2, then the open race, and then towards the cup race, which is the main thing for today. So that is the main thing we gotta look forward towards. Seems to be a little bit of an issue or something. Stewards are trying to figure out something. Director's still in the way of the gates here. As now our Gates Master will begin their checks, and we'll have we'll start beginning the all clears of the track as well as the gates. Marriott has now joined us as well in gate number 6 there. Kaguzuchi as the TM up row will be the main one to watch, as they're the number one favorite in yellow, black 4. Some of the debuts to watch will be in the red 1, which will be Alicia in the Manhattan Cafe. Next will be in the green 5, which will be SRR, which will be from Kobayama as the Saboli Christes. And then it seems Ray, who also meant to make their debut today, was not here. As now they are waved the all clear from the Gates Master, and we are clear the start of this race. And they're off and racing, and the Defé Grand Nord as now Marriott and all the runners had a great start. All the numbers scattered around of all the pickings as Kaguzuchi, the number one favorite, is off with a great start, following into mid-pack. Elisa now riding the railing through the inside and capturing a great prominent position of this race. The pack is pretty scattered out today, folks, as Marieth is now trying to catch up a lead towards Alicia, who still takes in through the outside pack. Luna following on the inside railing as well. SRR trying to trail behind and catch up with them. Ad Astra caught inside of the pack as well and between traffic as they head behind the trees and vegetation now. Flaming Jamie up there, one of those bag markers at the back end of the midfield with Isopod as the full bag marker and the Magic Orion. Coming up now, Marieth has Okay, Nora coming up ahead, as well as now Alicia has the Manhattan Cafe pushing up ahead. Red 1 and now Black 6 and Marieth now pushing up 2. Takazuchi still trying to push up there as the number 1 favorite. Is trying to hold a good honor as they reach the top of the uphill now. Marieth is still going to lead a prominent position. Hot as hell comes in Alicia. Now is the red 1 pushing ahead against the blue 10 as they all come across as well. It's still going to be pretty uptight pack. Luna following up behind Ouija Airlines, who tries to keep up with the rest of the pack. Necro Fantasia keeps up with the partner of Kagazuchi, trying to keep up a good position here and tries to get ahead of this race. Necro Fantasia will try to keep up with Marieth as well, as now Alicia tries to fall behind mid-pack, now pushes up. 3 runners up today, folks. Marieth, Alicia, and Kagazuchi, all in a front-end battle. Necro Fantasia had a Shafar right behind. SRR will now move in between and weave between packs at the end of the play now as they come across Kagazuchi and Alicia and Marieth in a title fight against each other as Negro Fantasia tries to space herself out from Astorians, who tries to push his way up, and Asha will still be trying to hold up a position in the midfield. Marieth is trying to come up ahead, but Alicia is trying to push up against Kagazuchi in that second position there as they all come across now. The pack is all in a single file line. Marieth and Alicia as they come across. Alicia surges ahead. It's going to be close. Oh, and that's the goal in. Photo finish right there in the ends between the Black 6 and the Red 1. Alicia as well as Kagazuchi pulling up. Not Kagazuchi. I think that Marieth pulling up just ahead there. Kagu caught in as well. I don't exactly know where Kagu exactly finished there. That was a wild photo finish to start off the day. Those numbers were very close. Very, very, very close finish that we've seen. Currently as it is. That was very close race. Stewards are definitely going to have to go under review to a photo finish there between 3 runners off the bat. Really off the bat there. So that's really, really interesting to see as the camera likes to bug on now. So the stewards will now go into review, and we'll finally see who won the Defi du Grand Nord. Ladies and gentlemen, after a review with the stewards of that photo finish there, a very, very close finish between 6:10 and 1. And guess what? And that order I just said it in will be the order that it was won. It was going to be the race won by Marieth 6-1-1 after their triumph of the Winter Cup qualifiers. Now back with the race win. Kagazuchi, the number 1 favorite, finishing in 2nd place as the 10. And finally, in their debut, ending in a podium of 3rd place, Elisa for Kobayama. 2 debuts today, which they'll be able to progress through the spring season when that rolls around into the high graded races, which will be SRR as well as Lisa. which was pretty nice to see. That was a very close race, and it's really great to see the day starting off just well like that. That being said, the definitely good door. That was it to promote the debuts. And the first of two 2400s. The next time we'll see a 2400 will be the cup, the Winter Cup, the Winter Cup Classic. So it'll be very nice to see. So we can see much of the runners out there taking a cool down after that race out today. It was very nice to see. So, ladies and gentlemen, we now want to direct your attention towards the live itself for the preview of the Winter Oaks, the G2 of the day, presented by Amethyst Creations.
I think it's a very interesting competition to see like which one is like actually the number one.
Dude,
Welcome to El Condor Pasa's Taco Shack, where we have all the best tacos. From tacos de asada to carnitas, and we also have some spicy options on our menu, where we have chorizo spicy tacos and spicy chicken tacos. We also have a vending machine here where you can pick your own drink. Excuse me, sir.
yes.
How do you feel about El Condor Pasa's Taco Shack?
Well, you see, it is quite the delicacy with the right amount of lean and the fat. And the Coca-Cola, which is cane sugar, proves to be the excellent addition to it. It's quite the delicacy, isn't it?
Best food in town, 10 out of 10. I can't even ask for a custom burger.
They're so good. They're a 10 out of 10. I would eat here again and again.
Yeah, I like it very much. I came because I was so hungry I could eat a horse.
Here at El Condor Pasa's Taco Shack, we're all family. So come on down to El Condor Pasa's Taco Shack. We're always open.
Man, I'm hungry as hell, boy.
Oh, hello, sir. Welcome to Chudburger, home of the Chudburger. What could I get for you?
Can I get a Whopper?
As you saw, Chudburger has it all. Great food, amazing service, and a safe, family-friendly environment with free entertainment for the kiddos. What's not to love? Come down to Chudburger today and give it a try.
And for all those parents who have lots of children, don't worry. You can leave them here in our play area, where we have our complimentary shed pit.
Man, Chudburger has so many dinner options. It's great after training.
Huh. I think you meant to say diner, not dinner. You read.
Wow, these burgers are so delicious.
This chud tea is just so delectable, I could even drink it on the toilet.
These chud burgers are so good, they saved my grandma from a falling plane.
These chud fries are so good, they made me forget about my wife cheating on me. Oh.
Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Get out of my house!
そういうにて生きてるの嘘がライフワクワクしちゃうエブリデイはいそういうに爆発しちゃうラブコメのごとく大胆な素敵でしょねいつだって僕が夢見てるだけだ余計な心配はなぜんきロマンティック唱えた願いは前を向いてればいつか絶対に輝くからさ行こうだからだものやいねばとらばものやいなキラキラ不思議リズムでランズほらだからだものやいねばとらばキープで行こう君は君だよだからなんてだって実は衝動のままでよけじゃ誰にも真似できないくらい最良手当てじゃんつまりは楽しんだものたちだってじゃんそれなら今すぐね一歩ずつののや
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for sitting along with that wait there. As now we move into our second race of the day, the G2, brought to you by Amethyst Creations, the Winter Oaks. Quite a bit of more standardized field that we see this time around. Definitely for in preparation of this race. Quite like usual. Runners that we'll see out today as we begin our paddock here as well. Sunshine Days for Century making their return after placing 6th in the Arc Memorial Stakes. They take place now in the upper ranking of the G2 and gate number 1. Next in, which would be in gate number 2, which will be Jamside, but will now be subbed in for Prisma EX and for the Carnation Cupids, as Jamside had great odds for 4.9. Next in gate number 3 will be Glenny Curran-chan. And next in gate number 4, the number 1 favorite of this race for the anglers, Marieth. Next in gate number 5 for a return for Team Glenny, gate 5, Oh Well Popcorns. Next in gate number 6 for Kobayama making the return, a Minty Ruby. Next in gate number 7, the biggest star, or one of the stars that we've seen of Carnation Cupids lately, Lou Brelk. Next in gate number 8, the number 1, well, the most odds to win this race as well, of 3.2 after their win of the Arc Memorial Stakes, General Vimo. As we see some of our runners take practice laps out now, we'll see Popcorns out there as well. Popcorns was able to score out a 5th place in the Winter Cup qualifiers after trying to qualify for the race itself. General Vimo, the previous race winner of the G3 race, now takes up the high grade of the G2 in hopes of winning this one. Hopes of winning the Winter Oak. Hey, Mincy Ruby, a person I've talked to recently who said they've been pretty ecstatic. They've been training a lot recently and been trying to get out there as well. Marieth, who we just saw win the last race, if they win a back-to-back race, it'll be very surprising this time around. They were able to conquer a long, so seeing them to be able to to conquer a sprint as well will be definitely something. Sunshine Days making their appearance for Century, and we'll be making that showing run as well. Another one that's been pretty ecstatic, who also joined us for some of those media pop-ups that we had. Definitely one who's pretty ecstatic about these races, and who definitely will definitely hopefully be able to see a really good showing for them as well. The number 1 favorites of this race will be, looking at the wrong one, Marieth with 31.3% of the votes, not so far behind as Blue Broke has 25% of the votes. Next will be Curran-chan, General Vimo, and OO Popcorns with 12.5% of the votes. As we see some racers taking practice laps out now, but we've seen pretty differently on how they take practice laps. Sunshine Days taking their practice laps out on the long trap as out on the long champ and out on the medium track, as well as some of our other races. Well, most of the racers taking their practice laps out on the sprint track. Prisma EX is going to be one of the ones to watch today, as he is subbed in for Jamside, who had really good odds to win this race. So we'll definitely see a showing from that as well. Not too much to think about going up ahead. It's definitely a lot to look forward to as well as we lead into our open race. This race today is brought to you by Amethyst Creations, which are also hosting a collab event with us, which is the Amethyst Grand Derby and the Amethyst Oaks. Those 2 races will be taking place sometime in the very, 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 very close future. And as I mean by that, maybe in like a week or 2. But of course, that information has been posted about that. If you've been around on the Amethyst Cord and their Discord server as well, we want to thank more of their collaboration and more of their partnership with the IURA as well. So they will be the headline sponsor of the Winter Oaks. Different from this time around, as we see many runners taking practice laps and whatnot, but it's definitely going to be a pretty good field out today. Maybe more packed, if anything, but they'll definitely have to come towards us. Some of the racers now taking their final practice laps out there. Definitely going to be interesting to see, but time will now tell. The trumpets have been sounded, and we'll see most of our racers taking their place out there as well start heading towards the gates. The Jamside already in position there as the station master. Waifu out there as well. Waifu will be the gates master today, as we have all 8 runners now coming towards our gates. The number 3 runner, who's not quite here. I don't know if they're here, but it seems to be Current Chan, who is not quite in that gate, so it might be a scratch from gate number 3. General Vimo, MNT Ruby in there as well. Blue Belk, the gate number 7 as the Econo Dictus seems to be having some words with Chocominty as the game manager back there. Prisma EX, who was subbing in for Jamside and located in that gate number 2. All eyes are to watch on the peak 8 of General Vimo, who is the number 1 favorite to win this race, as they won their last race, which would be the Arc Memorial Stakes, which was last week's G3. Definitely pretty good to watch this time around. All the runners now getting ready. Sunshine Days also having some fans who are have been watching in there as the red wine. Popcorns and Transcend as the green 5. Yeah, Marriott, the previous G3 winner of today. And the camera's freaking out. Yay! It's not my concern. As now there's an all clear from the gates master, and Jamside as the station master will now wave the red flag and bear it wide, as now they are off in racing of the Winter Oaks. It's going to be a great start from most of the racers, as now Sunshine Days will take in a very close and a very startled start there. As well, now MNT Ruby will now be trying to cut across in black 6. The green 5 of OO Popcorn is trying to cut ahead. The number 1 favorites of the pink 8's General Vimo trying to catch up a lead here with the midfielding and pack. It's going to be riding the railing for Koyama, MNT Ruby, who puts up a good position here up ahead. Trying to catch up will be the orange 7 of Blue Broke, which now will be taking a prominent lead in prominent position, as now Prisma EX now seeps up ahead and gains up a lead here. The number 1 favorite, General Vimo, as the Ping A now riding at the railing now and coming ahead now as they come towards the end of the fall straight and come towards the final spurts. Blue Broke is now trying to keep ahead here, as well now Prisma is now trying to keep up as well. General Vimo is now going to be surging up on the speed now as he gains some ground, coming up ahead here against Iconodictus of Blue Broke, who now pushes up in a prominent position as well. And going to be ahead is still going to be General Vimo, who still holds up a good position. Blue Broke trying to catch up ahead. The green 5 of OO Popcorn seeping through. Another photo finish of the day. I think that was pushed up ahead, the pink 8 of General Vimo. It looked really close to the... really close. It's between 5, 7, and 8. The green 5, this orange 7, and the pink 8 there. So that's going to be between Blue Brow, General Vimo, as well as OO Popcorns there. It was a very close finish. Marriott throughout that race as well was mid race, and then unfortunately their thing had disconnected through that race. So unfortunate, but what happened? Looking towards the back there, who had that photo finish of Popcorn, so Minty Ruby, who had a good prominent position throughout the race. Prisma EX, who seeped through quite through the end there. And of course, stewards will now be under review for the Winter Oaks, and we'll finally see who came out of that photo finish. Ladies and gentlemen, after review, I have a very close photo finish. We have something that's not very likely that you see from the IURA personally, but it's something that you see sometimes. General Vimo now becomes a back-to-back winner, winning the G3 and now the G2, taking victory of the Arc Memorial Stakes, followed now into the Winter Oaks. Followed up right behind, if I get confirmation from our stewards, hold up. What was the next finishes? And then followed right behind will be Blue Broke in the as there is second place, and Oa Popcorns there finished in third. A very close finish, but General Vimo becomes one of a few and becomes a back-to-back winner, now winning the G3 and winning the G2 for Kobayama. Big points scored today for Kobayama as they take home 2 podium finishes as well as another race win under their belts. Kobayama already making great amends and great progress themselves. It's definitely interesting to see this time around. Especially coming up with some of these new racers. Again, a lot of debuts, a lot of new racers. You don't know really what to expect. Today was definitely something that expected out into something we wouldn't really see. Back-to-back finish from General Vimo, which was really nice to see. We'll be gearing up now for an open race. For all the open racers tuned in on the stream who are competing in this race, please make sure that you request off the IURA Racers group if you haven't. And yeah, just make sure that you join the group for the IURA Racers if you haven't. We do have a scratch today, which will be paying the butler. Some of those racers today will be more discussed towards the more of the paddock for the open race. So we'll see. We want to turn your attention towards the video and the Twitch once again as we enter in the preview now for the Winter Cup Classic.
I think it's a very interesting competition to see like which one is like actually the number one.
Dude, it feels right. It feels great.
I mean, I didn't expect it. Obviously, I started just 3 races ago. I've raced every time I can. It's been a 3-race long career, so to have made it to the top 10 already is, you know, huge. Not something I expected to happen. So yeah, I mean, I can hardly believe it, but I know I got here off my own merit, so should be good.
They're good, but as you can see by my past race results, I have bet them before, and I feel like this time it's not going to be any different when it comes to that.
It's honestly, it's an honor racing against this tough of competition. You know, these are the best of the best. These are the cream of the crop. These are the people I've risen up with.
Will not be able to take it against Subaru. Subaru wins the Twilight Derby.
I mean, to be honest, this Winter Cup is gonna be pretty freaking stacked.
It's the biggest cup all winter. Best runners are racing in it, and yeah, I'm gonna win it.
I feel pretty confident, considering I've, kind of beat almost everyone but Subaru. That's kind of like my main target. I at least want to beat, whether it's practice or not.
So little time. But, I'm pretty excited for the upcoming race.
Do you think you'll perform well in the Winter Cup?
I believe so. I believe so.
I mean, I've raced a few of them before, with my last G1, so on the one hand, I know how I match up against some people, and I'm pretty confident in my own abilities from, my own practice, but I know it's going to be tough. I'm looking forward to it. I want the closest race possible, I want the best race possible. At the end of the day, I'm happier with a second where everyone's really fast than winning by a mile when people weren't giving it their all.
I'm super proud of my team, honestly. Whenever I first was getting into the league, I didn't realize, this team that I'm going to be on, it feels like an elite set of runners. I just didn't realize I was going to be part of this. I'm super proud of, all of them.
I think the race is going to be, incredibly tight to watch. I think everyone's going to be, close together, so it's going to be really exciting to watch.
Honestly, it feels amazing seeing my team go above and beyond to reach, where they are today.
It feels amazing to be able to rate with such amazing people. My cousin, she has been watching since the first race. She doesn't know anything about Uma Musume, but she's just happy that I'm just racing, and she's hyped for this race. I know for a fact. And then I have another friend that I met at work. He is a fan of Uma Musume, and he is also watching my race.
We've all made pretty well friends. We've all gotten along with each other. And I'd say them racing, I feel like they've got it, Storm's been doing their best. Jan's been doing his greatest. Lou's been perfect. Jamie's getting there, but I believe in them.
I've been representing Gluttony pretty well, and I really want to show off for my team.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was the preview for the Winter Cup Classic, which will come up right after the open race of today, which will be I don't know how to pronounce it. The d'Events d'Hiver, which basically just means debut of the Winter Storm. I think I'm not quite French, so I'm taking a rough estimate here. Much of our racers gearing up here for the open race today. We're going to see some familiar faces. Minty Ruby back once again for the open race. Calstone Lido for Kobayama back out for their open race as well. We do want to advise that the open race, of course, is more just for the casual side and more just for the funsies. So any racers that are haven't raced before and are in this race won't get their debut knack out of it. Calstone Lido is one of those newest runners we'll see out today. Ray Nayla, who's supposed to be showing up today, will also be in there. Polaritis is also joined in with us here today, so that'll be really nice. We're also going to see Kmart, who's going to be joining in here shortly. which we'll give a quick wait for them as we are running a little bit behind schedule, so. Yeah, I did not mean to mute on like fucking both things, so it was like pure silence. We're just waiting here on Haymar, who seems to have a little bit of trouble joining. Once they join, we're just gonna move straight into the races. But we are just gonna wait here just for a minute, and we'll get on with this race here. Moving along with the paddock now, and the racers, those gates. We'll see gate number 1. Bad Astra, gate number 2 of Ouija Airlines, gate number 3 of Amenti Ruby, gate number 4 of Calstone Lido, gate number 5 of Raynilla, who seems to be not here today, number 6 of Payne the Butler, which is scratched, gate number 7 of Polaritis, gate number 8 of Async Amethyst, which will be the number 1 favorite of this race, and gate number 9 of Kmart, who we're currently waiting on. Because Kmart hasn't joined the group sooner, and now we're running into this delay. But of course, nothing on them. Trying to get them in this. We're gonna wait here 5 minutes. Please bear with us on this wait here, and we'll start getting underway. Ladies and gentlemen, just because of time issues, we won't be able to house Kmart here in Gate 9, so they will be having an unfortunate scratch of this race. As we now look forward to the open race, the debut. Jeez, I can't even say this right. I'll just say debut d'hiver because that's better for me to say. So we'll be moving here towards that race. As we see now, the runners take their places in those gates, and just in a fortunate, very good timing, Kmart has joined and will be housed in gate 9. So Kmart joins us here today for the debut d'hiver. They will be housed in gate number 9 today, and a great fortunate. A very fortunate thing here, which is really great to see. So they will be in that turquoise 9 there. The pink 6 is the one to watch today, which will be the number 1 favorite of Async with about, I could check the votes here, 37.5% of the votes, which will be that win variation, which you'll see there, which will be Async Amethyst. And next to Polaritis in the game number 7. Game number 5 seems to be another scratch of Raynella, who hasn't showed up as well. And game number 6, expected scratch of Ping the Butler. As now we'll begin the checks. Seems to be Blue Brelka doing the checks this time around. As the game manager will be Quadfu. Hey, Minty Ruby, who we've seen in the race 2 of the Winter Oaks, now appear again. Kalstein Lido, racing for the first time in the IURA, who is a scheduled runner, part of Kobayama. But of course, just because it's an open race, they will not gain any debut credit because of that. The number 2 there, who has a conversation with Ad Astra there, Ouija Airlines, one of the backup runners for Carnation Cupids. And now the green flag will be waved here from Blue Broke and the Gates Master, and we will have a start to this race of the debut d'hiver. And now we're waiting on the start, and they're off. A great start from all the runners this time around, as Minty Ruby looks out for a good redemption this time around. Coming up in front, Async Amethyst now pushed up in a great lead as the Pink 8. His number trailing way farther than his character has, so remember, look on the numbers, because that's where their actual location is. Async Amethyst up with a great lead, up by about a length. Now coming up here, riding the railing. Coming across here is going to be the red 1 of Ad Astra, who tries to keep up a good lead here as well. Then coming across, Kmart now pushes up in a good surge ahead, getting practice beforehand. Ad Astra now trying to take up a lead now. It's still going to be the pink 8 and the red 1 of those there. So now the pink 8 of Async Amethyst will be coming up in a good position here as well. And then coming up now, Ad Astra will be trying to take up a place here as the red 1, orange 7 following up right behind. Then it's going to be the white 2 of Ouija Airlines now surges up ahead. A 3 on battle again. As now they come up towards now the finish line. It's still going to be a pretty good lead here headed by Ad Astra, but it's not going to be for long as Async Amethyst tries to push up. 4 more, 5 more numbers now pushing up towards the lead as well. Another photo finish of the race of the debut there between the white 2 and I think that was Async Amethyst there in the pink. That pink 8 there, who also came up as well. Ad Astra slowly missing out. I think he might have secured something in there, but we'll definitely have to see a very, very, very close finish from that race. Crazy to see this time around a very close photo finish from the open runners as well. Some of these runners never even touched, I think, touched the track, but the stewards will now go into review and will now decide that final decision there for the debut d'hiver. ladies and gentlemen, after a review from the stewards of the open race, very close, very close, and you'll never believe who came out. 8-2-1. Async Amethyst pushes out in first place. Right behind, which will be Ouija Airlines in the backup runner position, who came up in second place, and Astra in first place. I mean, not first place, third place. Well, a hell of a race there. That was very close, very close. That was, wow. But you see how the numbers come in a pretty neat fashion there. Sure, they may make the screen bug out a fuck ton, but I mean, at least they still do their effort. But of course, coming up ahead, if we look here towards our races, the Winter Cup Classic is up next, which is the moment we've all been waiting for. That being said, moment of silence. Ladies and gentlemen, I do ask that you have your attention and full attention now paid attention to the stream, as now it is the preview for the Winter Cup Classic, the race that ends all of the winter season and all that has been built up till this point.
You are the greatest generation of racers. You didn't start the races, but you sure as hell finished them. And if that weren't enough, you pulled a tire that was 10,000 pounds across the beach. Now, in your golden years, you need someone looking out for you. Someone you can trust. An Uma who says what he does and does what he says. When you need someone to count on, give me Poor Boy.
Gimme Poor Boy. Gimme Poor Boy. Because carrots are in such short supply these days. Poor Boy. A lawyer you can trust.
You are the greatest generation of racers. You didn't start the races, but you sure as hell finished.
Now, folks, it's the time we've all been waiting for as we look over towards now the paddock of the Winter Cup Classic. It's the time we've all been waiting for, as a time that's all been hyped up for. The Winter Cup Classic. Qualified runners were only allowed into this race. Basically, if you were qualified with enough points in the top 10 of the winter standings, you were allowed in, which meant you raced many races. These are the top. These, again, as Nuclear said it in the preview video, these are the cream of the crop. These are people who know what they're doing, who definitely showed out, done what they had to do, and did everything in their power to get up until this point. If things came up, whether they had to do something, whatnot, who went there, they got it done. And those runners are now. And as we seeing these runners now head out to the long gates out now for the medium gates and start taking the practice laps out here. We're joined up here. TBA will be managing the camera zoom for us out today. Rio will be one of our backup commentators up for the race itself as well. So, hello, Rio.
Hello.
Rio, who's been doing scouted this man. I would want to say kidnapped. I would just say kidnapped for the fun of it. Kidnapped this man after hearing his commentating from the IURA. So, how you doing today, Rio?
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'm doing good today, actually. Even though it's my first time that I'm gonna be commentating here, I've seen great energy coming from the racing crowd, and I hope to see a good race. How about you, Self? What do you think is gonna be the result of this race?
It's going to be very, very interesting to see, especially because of just how packed the field is. A lot of great racers out there as well. I mean, I'm going to be racing in it, so it's going to be, it's going to be different. I don't expect myself to get it really that much. What I really want to see is, I want to see an upset today. I want to see someone who we don't expect to win, actually win, because that will push out a lot.
The underdog, I see. So, who do you think from this pack is the underdog?
Well, someone who subbed in for a scratched runner, which would have been Pro Beast, who was top 4 in points, which will be Hachiro. Hachiro subbed in for a scratched runner today, so seeing a sub in would be like, it'd be a lot. And for those people who have big ball knowledge, it would be like Rich Strike winning 2022 Kentucky Derby. Just the longest shot that we'll see. It's definitely going to be really crazy.
I see. And can you introduce to us today the favorites of the race?
Yep, we'll go through the favorites and now the paddock of the Winter Cup Classic, which now we'll see gate number 1 from Anglers. It is the championship leader, Subaru. Next in gate number 2, we'll have for the Anglers and the captain of the Anglers, Choco Minty. Next for the Anglers, the vice captain, X Stealth. Next in gate number 4 will be for the Anglers, Nuclear Bullet. Next in gate number 5 for the Carnation Cupids will be a Talophobia. Next in gate number 6 will be Butterkin Fly from Gluttony. Next in gate number 7 will be from the Anglers, Cairo I Guess. Next in gate number 8, which would have been Pro Beast but now scrapped and subbed in for Hachiro, it will be the captain of Gluttony, Hachiro, for gate number 8. Gate number 9 from the Anglers will be BD Bonnie. Next in gate number 10 will be the number 1 favorites of this race, Storm Fatal. Next in gate number 11 for the Anglers will be Ocean the Man. Next, the crowning winner of the Arc and the one who's on the conquest of the IURA Triple Crown will be from the Butlers, the Ace Runner, AutoZam. The most odds to win this race as well will be a very close decision between AutoZam and Subaru, who've had really good performance. Going back towards the favorites as well, we'll also have Storm Fatal and Shirbrew as some of those big favorites as well. Storm Fatal having a favorite of 37.5%. So pretty packed race, especially because all these racers, pretty much half of them raced in G2s and half of them in their last race raced in G1s, a couple of which got here from the winter qualifiers. So what do you think, Rio? Who's your runner to watch for today?
For me, I've personally not have seen most of these people run before, but from the applause, from the watch instance, I can surely say Hachiro has many supporters. What do you think? Since you are racing as well.
Yeah, I do think so as well. Hachiro is someone who's definitely great to watch for this race. He's definitely someone who puts in a lot for what he does and a lot of for what he wants to do. He definitely wants to show up for his team. He was messaging me earlier this morning. He was really nervous about subbing in, but he made that confident decision and came in today for his team. So he's doing this for his team and more for just a slot that his team has worked up for.
I see. Well, good job, Hachiro, and good luck to you. And would you like to provide some information on what the race will be? A whopping 2,600 meters.
Yeah, 2,600 meters all the way from the front of the long chap course, which is what the camera has been pretty much panned to all this time while the runner's been practicing out today. It's going to be starting out from all the way towards the back of the parking lot and making its way up through the large uphill of Long Champ, making its way through the first corner on the top of the hill, starts into a long downhill and leads into the fall straight. The fall straight fakes a lot of people out and psychs a lot of people out as well. Definitely a psychological warfare through the fall straight, falls into the home stretch, which we'll see in widening out of the stretch as well, which will lead to hopefully a wider pack and lead to a very close finish from all the runners. So that's definitely going to be looking what we're looking for.
So regarding this race course, what do you think is the deciding part? Let's say if you were at the final stretch, where do you think people would falter the most?
I think it's honestly the illusion of wanting to go wide and wanting to hug the railing. Because think, you're hugging the railing the entire race through. Once that gap opens up, you think you can hug the railing there. Sometimes it causes people to lose places and positions there. So it definitely causes a lot of trouble there. But of course, you're just getting out of a fall straight, so you're moving into 3 straights and then practically a wider straight, which you're not quite used to, you know?
I see. So it's very different to the previous race course. What was it? The Santa Anita race course, which was primarily a dirt track?
Yeah, very different from Santa Anita. Of course, we don't have any dirt tracks here, but I mean, it's it's unique, you know, it's unique. But of course, we'll look towards more of the runners now. Rio's definitely going to take his spotlight here of having a good commentary as we will begin for the Winter Cup Classic. Now, Rio, your time to shine. Commentating will be left off to Rio.
As the Umumusame are raring to race now, Stealth tries to go to into this gate with the lineup being in gate number 1 seems to be Marzensky, followed by gate number 2, Seiyun Sky, with gate number 3 still open, gate number 4, Nakayama Festa, and gate number 5, Ogre Cap, followed by gate number 6, seems to be Orfevra, followed by gate 7, Narita Top Road, gate 8, Taiki Shuttle, gate 9, Haru Urara, gate 10, Cheval Grand, gate 11, Tokai Tayo, gate 12, Orzam, and it seems gate 3 has been filled by, seems to be Grass Wonder here. As the preparations are underway, it seems the Umumusame are raring to go. As it is a G1 race, only the Uma Musume, who have competed in the qualifiers and Triumph, will be able to race. So it is a very tight race with many talented Uma Musumes, many talented runners, but only one will come out on top. For it is the Winter Cup Classic. Now the flag has been raised as the Uma Musume wait for the opening of the gates. It will be a decision of medal. Now off at the gates, a dashing start from all the Uma Musume for one of the longest straights of any race course. A whopping 1400 meters of straight here at Longchamp today. And still in front now seems to be Night to Top Road, followed by side Grass Wonder and Tokateo as Night to Top Road falls behind in place. Now Ordizam now in front, but now being overtaken by number 2. No, not number 2, it seems to be Grass Wonder, and from the inside, from the mid-pack, it seems Marzinski is now taking the charge. Marzinski now in the front, but followed by still Ordizam, still in close proximity by about 3 lengths, followed by Grass Wonder, now overtaking Ordizam and Marzinski in a row. Grass Wonder now in front here, a very fierce competition just on the straight here as they come into view of the first corner out of 2. Togetero in 4th place settling, but Cheval Grand and Saint Sky overtake, followed by Nakayama Festa just behind, Ogre Cap stalking behind in a very nice pace, followed by Orfevre as well, Taiki Shuttle, Hachiro, the crowd favorite, still stuck in the mid-pack here, with Grass Wonder stuck behind. What's happened there? And in front of them is Haru Urara, but still leading us into the front, to the home stretch it seems to be Ordizam, followed by Marzinski, now side by side, Marzinski and Ordizam having a fierce fight here as they come to the first climb of the uphill found only on the long with about 1200 meters to go, passing now the steeplechase track, only 1000 meters left to go, now to the home stretch with only 500 meters to go. A very dashing performance by all Uma Musume. Still in front though is Ordizam and Marzinski, still side by side with no contest it seems, with Saiyan Sky about 5 lengths behind, but still a very fierce fight as Marzinski comes out on top onto the 4th straight, now passing 400 meters. Still in front is Marzinski, followed by Ordizam. It is going to be a tight chase here as 200 meters left, now onto the 100 meters all the way to the finish line. It is a dash between Marzinski and Ordizam with no contest from behind. Marzinski and Ordizam, it will be a very tight finish with no clear winner, and we will have to resort to the stewards. A very great race today from all the packs, all the races, but Marzinski and Ordizam seem to have triumphed over the others. We can see stewards are taking the race under review right now, with the first place seemingly a very, very tight finish with only maybe
So, Rio, after a very close competition, as you've seen there from Subaru and AutoZam, going to be 1-12-7. Subaru, AutoZam, and Cairo. They've done it. Subaru takes home the cup and the Winter Cup Classic. He takes it all for himself, and he does it in style. That was
very exciting.
Yeah,
I was on the edge of my seat the whole race. Everyone gave it their all, and you could see very well the results of their practice and their hard work. And by the end, it seems that AutoZam and what was his name, Subaru, they just let out. They just let it wild. Like about 5 lengths the difference between first and second to third place and the rest of the pack. Amazing show. How about you? How was your perspective from all the way in the back?
That was a very tight pack and very close. And I think we're getting word here that we're gonna have post-race interviews, so we'll definitely see the opinions of the other runners. But from my perspective, I burnt out twice. You saw that. You were questioning. You were
Yes,
like, "What the hell happened there?" I burnt out twice. I was not paying attention too well. The first time I burnt out because I accelerated too much, and then the second time I burnt out because I was just simply not paying attention. So. But I mean, what do you do at the end of the day? I was happy to be here with my team, with everyone else. I'm glad to have able to see someone take up those big places and to take up those points as they need it. So it was definitely worth it. I would say in the end, definitely worth it.
Exactly. At the end of the day, it is competition, but it is important to have fun. And speaking of competition, I would love to see the post-race interviews that will be coming up when?
Right now, actually, we're going to be moving into post-race interviews brought to you here by the IURA. Thank you, Rio, for also commentating for this race today and for you coming out.
Of course, anytime. I will take my leave now.
Thank you, Rio. That was Rio, guys. He was your commentator for the Winter Cup Classic. Also a cool guy, the captain of Kobayama, and a really cool guy from the URA. We're going to be moving into post-race interviews now, so we'll be moving that towards now. So stay tuned for the post-race interviews.
to Nita.
All
It's
right.
so cool, eh?
Oh, I heard
Now
about
they
that.
make
Yeah.
sense into NASCAR.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that's all, eh?
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
NASCAR.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah.
Thank you for the app session. That saved me a lot of time. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So Shiru, knowing that you haven't really done much, I mean, you've had a pretty good track record. So how does it feel that now you have a cup now under this track record as well?
It feels pretty good. It's still gonna change how I go about things, though. I still want to win. I still want to be competitive. I feel pretty good. The same training that I do, and the same fire that I do to every race. It's not gonna dull just because I've won it before. It's gonna be burn even brighter come next races.
So come in the spring season, let me check the schedule real quick. Come in the spring season, we'll have the Ontario Stakes, Tokyo Yushun, Japan Cup, spring qualifiers and whatnot. So it's a shorter turnaround this time around. So we're definitely going to see a lot more fast, quicker, and more races where people are just hungry for those points and whatnot. What I do want to say with that too is this, like, of course, those races could always turn around and whatnot. But what's your goal? What's your next ambition?
To be number one by the end of the season, have the most points. That's my ultimate goal. So it's been the same since the start.
Right. I mean, like, your goal, it's different from AutoZam. AutoZam now figuring out his path. He's taking the path towards the Triple Crown, the IURA Triple Crown. So with you, more importantly, now taking a reign and just the most points, I mean, what do you see in just competition? Because obviously, I think you and AutoZam will come across in competition more than just today. And that will come across for sure. I mean, here's the biggest question now. Would you interfere with the Triple Crown?
I have to think about it.
Yeah. Will you wait till he's a double crown winner and then take that away from him?
No comment. I'll keep my plans close to my chest.
Yeah, fair enough. Now, who would you say was AutoZam definitely a big rival to you too? Would you count him as now your top line rival? Because you never. When I remember I interviewed before, you never said you really had any rivals. You just said you beat them all before, so it didn't really matter.
I mean, I guess so, wouldn't it? We're finishing pretty close to one another, so I guess it would mean that AutoZam's now
It's kind of like an era, like
my number one rival. Yeah. So I guess if you say it like that, then I guess it would have to be AutoZam to be my main rival now.
Yeah. Major thing. Did you have fun today?
Hell yeah, I did. Are you kidding?
Hell yeah.
This stuff's awesome.
Hell yeah. Well, that's really great to hear from you today. Thank you so much for the interview. You'll be dismissed now. And next, who we're going to hear from today?
Shout out anglers.
Yeah. Oh. So, hey, AutoZam, how are you doing today?
Absolutely great. That was fantastic. On top of the world.
Yeah, really great to hear from you today that you got, second place finish. That's still quite a bit of points. So you're still adding a lot of points under there. Of course, you couldn't quite add the cup to your winnings list now that you already have the first leg of the Triple Crown, now the cup. With the Triple Crown, I'm pretty sure the next up race for the Triple Crown, what did I label as the next race? See, this is when I low-key forget even what I said. Do you remember what I said?
Honestly, no. I've just been gunning for, the best performance possible, and when I win it, I win it. If I win it.
That's fair. Let's see. It's the Japan Cup. That'll be the second leg of the Triple Crown. So knowing that's the second leg of the Triple Crown, are you gonna aim for it?
Absolutely. I'd be daft not to, And I'm aiming to win every race, really. I try my best, get the closest race possible. I mean, today was exactly what I was hoping for.
Right. Yeah. It was definitely really tight pack out today. I can't say much. I burnt out twice, but I at least saw that from the back view of the pack. It was just really tight. I mean, you guys had a close up there with who else was up there with you guys? I'm pretty sure someone else was surging up there, but I don't quite remember who that was.
Yeah, I didn't see, I'm afraid, so.
Yeah, just a really close. Oh, it was Cairo. That's who. Cairo was surging up with you guys, but it was just really close. So what? Well, obviously your main goal, the Triple Crown achievement now. Apart from that, I mean, how do you feel that you were the only one that showed up for your team today and still scored that podium?
I mean, that's all good for me, really. Like, it's a brand new team. You know, I started when the team started. It's been a short career. It was nothing shy of a miracle, really, that I qualified for the Cup, you know, scoring as many points as people who have been there the entire time in 3 races, you know, 4 races now. And to put on a result like that is all I could ask for. I got a great team behind me. I know what they're capable of. So hopefully we'll see more of them next time.
Right, and especially with now the spring season coming up, what's your goal with the spring season?
Again, just really, yeah, as fast as possible. You know, the Japan Cup is definitely a target up there. Yeah, just more races like that. You know, I want things to be close. I want things to be fun. It's thrilling even to be the runner. You know, it isn't stressful.
Oh, yeah.
It's good to have rivalry. It's good to have competition.
Of course. Well, definitely great to hear from you. Definitely great to hear that you're doing well for the Butlers, that you became the ace runner for the Butlers, and that you'll be putting up great numbers up there. So thank you today for such a great performance and such a great battle that you proved up for the IURA. So we hope to see more of you, and thank you so much for the interview.
Yeah, absolutely will. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. You too, Otto. That being said, Hachi just left us. No clue if he had to do something or whatnot, but that being said, we're going to conclude more of the post-race interviews now, but we're not quite done yet. Of course, we're moving into a transfer window. Nothing that we see here will be quite the same, I would say. Everything's going to be really different. That being said, I put together something for you guys, and I hope for you guys to see.
He was born in the summer of his 27th year, coming home to a place he'd never been before. He left yesterday behind him. You might say he was born again. You might say he found the key for every door. When he first came to the mountains, his life was far away, on the road and hanging by a song. But the string's already broken and he doesn't really care. It keeps changing fast and it don't last for long. It's the Colorado Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. The shadow from the starlight is softer than a lullaby. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. He climbed Cathedral Mountains. He saw silver clouds below. He saw everything as far as you can see. And they say that he got crazy once and he tried to touch the sun, and he lost a friend but kept the memory. Now he walks in quiet solitude, the forests and the streams, seeking grace in every step he takes. His side is turned inside himself to try and understand the serenity of a clear blue mountain lake. And the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. Talk to God and listen to the casual reply. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado. Now his life is full of wonder, but his heart still knows some fear of a simple thing cannot comprehend. Why they try to tear the mountains down to bring in a couple more. More people, more scars upon the land. In the Colorado Rocky Mountain High, I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. I know he'd be a poorer man if he never saw an eagle fly. Rocky Mountain High, Colorado, Rocky Mountain High. I've seen it rain and fire in the sky. Friends around the campfire and everybody's high. Rocky Mountain High, 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 Rocky Mountain
Thank you so much, everyone who's brought us so many cheers, so many great memories through through this winter season. Of course, like the video said, nothing will be the nothing will be the same after tomorrow. We'll definitely see lots of people moving around, lots of changes, a lot of stuff. We're definitely going to see a big change in everything as the league moves forward and everything. And as I asked you guys through the favorites form, if I could find it real quick, I got some responses from you guys regarding just what did you guys, really like throughout the whole thing. So from Storm Fatal, he said, please upload the races in YouTube or the full streams. I love watching all the commercials and extra videos you guys put through the streams. They are really fun and exciting to watch. Makes me feel like it feels like a real race. We'll go on here to, I think you're all doing a good job. Well, here from Astorius, he said, I think you're all doing a good job, even with some hiccups caused by VR chat. Keep up the good work to all the stewards, junior ones, and the mods as well. Said here from Necrophantasia Nat. Great so far. Camera work really ruins the stream experience, however, when watching. So thank you, Nat. Because I really you could just put anything on there. So from I asked for a username, and instead they put their whole Gmail in there. But anyways, this person said, "Very cool, more hype previews." Hachi from Hachi, no more Paris, please stealth. And then from Async Amethyst, I know what you are, stealth. I'm looking at you. And then from Shubru, needs more poor boy.
Free my boy, poor boy.
So
give me poor boy.
From all you guys, I do want to give just a big thanks to the bottom of my heart, especially because we put in a lot of work towards the league, not just myself, but of course director, our mods, our stewards, everyone has worked with us, as well as the racers themselves. They make this league the true thing, as well as all the team captains who put in all the work for their teams, all the backup runners who show up on a quick notice, and all those who just came along with us today. From the bottom of my heart, just thank you. Of course, like always, we'll catch you guys in a couple weeks with the spring season. You guys are definitely going to see a lot of shuffling around with teams and probably some rebrands and stuff around there, but we'll definitely have to see. 2 weeks to do it, and a lot to go with us. Today's races were brought to you by Chudburger and Amethyst Creations. Big thanks to you guys as well for sponsoring and taking place of big support of these races as well. More thanks to Amethyst Creations, because Chud Burgers low-key just our unofficial brand of the our fast food brand of the IURA. So I'm your commentator, X-Stealth, joined here by today of the still the company of Cairo, our director, Hachiro, Shibaru, and Autozam. We hope you guys have a great rest of your day, a great rest of your nights, and have a great 2-week break. Live it up to your fullest. We'll probably schedule some fun events here and there. So for us to just get a good break and lead into the short but pretty cool spring season we got coming up. So with that, we'll see you guys next time with the IURA. I have nothing else to say, so just see you.